What's going on? I'm Matt. You reached King Trident's tribe. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see if I can set this up. Oh, bad unknown bit rate. What's this crap? How's everybody doing? See, I'm not seeing any chats. Hopefully I'm not. Hopefully, let's see here. Let's open this in a new window. I'm not seeing any chat, so let's see here. Sorry, right now I'm not seeing any chat, so if people are sending chats, I can't see them yet. Oh, here we go. Hey, Ether, how you doing? Oh, you're the first one. I must be, nobody must not be, hey, Stella, how you doing? Hey, Jen. How's everybody doing? Namaste to you too, Radhika. How are you doing? Hey, Chrissy. Hey, you look good in blue, Chrissy. What's going on, Tim? How's everybody doing? How's your week been? Mine's been great. As you can see, I was out in nature. I went out again today and did a walk, and now it's looks like it's getting ready to thunderstorm, so hopefully it doesn't affect my internet. Yeah, man, I haven't seen you here in a while. I appreciate you coming in and supporting my live event, though. Yeah, Christy, you deserved it. You deserved the blue status. Hey, Lene, hopefully that's how I say your name. Hey, Elenita, I missed you too. Jennifer, you cut the grass. I am so proud of you. I know you were hoping your neighbor cut your grass. They should have. If I was your neighbor, I'd mow the grass because I like mowing grass. I think it's therapeutic to me. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, man. We can have us a drink together. I'm having a coffee right now. Hey, Cherie from Australia. How are you doing? How's Australia? I got a good message tonight that hopefully will provide some healing to you to the collective. You know, so but I would like to say from the get-go, if you're not open to healing, this might not be a good one for you because it might trigger, and that's not my intent, is not to trigger you. But however, if I do trigger you, then you, I guess, are aware that there's some healing and self-improvement that needs to happen. But I'm going to discuss releasing expectations because I feel like that this is a subject that I was guided to share due to the energy change that I feel with the divine feminines. So I just want to, hey Chrissy, Ontario Lake Country. Oh, I bet it's pretty there. Yeah. Tim, you're triggered by coffee. I better have another sip. So, did you guys get out in nature this week? Chrissy, Jennifer, I don't know if mowing your grass constitutes as getting out in nature. But I like the smell of fresh mowed grass. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes, and we can just chat for the next few minutes, and then I'm gonna roll into the message, followed by a Q&A, and we can chat a little more after that, if that's okay with everyone. Cherie, you got sunrise walks in the morning. Oh, that's awesome. What kind of environment are you in? Are you near an ocean, mountains, what? Oh, I bet it's the best, Chrissy. I bet you have very good views where you live. Well, you're gonna get those healing words, Elenita, along with some additional information. Beachside. Oh my God, I am jealous. I am jealous. I love the beach. I love the beach, but I'm also a double water sign, so you know, water recharges me. I'm actually at my peak in the summertime, like I think I was discussing in Stella's chat last night. I like the summer so much because it gets me closer to water, and that really helps me recharge, and that's when I'm at my energy's at its peak. Wow, that's cool. What water sign are you, Chrissy? Let me guess. Pisces, Cancer. Ah, man, see, I got it, Jinx. Oh my God. Elenita in Vegas. You're in Vegas. How's that? Oh my God. Man, my intuition is dead on. You kind of remind me of a Pisces. I don't know, I feel like that you are a Pisces. So much water. Well, you know, we are getting close to July, so you know, we are about to be in Cancer month. Yeah, I love water signs too. I guess if I didn't love water signs, I wouldn't love myself. Hey, Divinely Surrounded. How are you doing? Hey, Miss Chris Cole. Wow, you're a water sign too. How many water signs do I have in here? How many water signs? I already seen like 3 or 4 people that are water signs. Oh, Cancer Gemini. Wow, that's cool. I bet you're very analytical, Tim. Hey, Got It by Angels. How are you doing? What's going on, Liz, my other soul sister? I guess technically you're all my soul sisters, but I ended up calling her my soul sister first. She's like one of the first people I met whenever I got on YouTube. I didn't actually meet her, but like, you know what I mean. How's Stoke? How's Stoke, Liz? Hey, Kanda, how are you doing? How's everybody doing? How many water signs I got in here? Oh, I know Liz is a water sign. We always discuss that. I think her birthday is July 11th, I think. Or something like that. Stoke is wet. Well, it's about to rain here too, I believe. Oh, 9th. July 9th. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, mine's July 5th. Oh, yeah, I know. Stoke has a girlfriend. Yeah, she showed me. That's pretty cool. So Stoke is her little dragon, if you don't know. I don't know how many people watch. Hey, Debbie. But so somebody sent her a gift, which was Stoke the dragon's girlfriend. It's pretty cool. Good old Stokey. You need to tell good old Stokey I said hi. Hey, Queen Angel, how are you doing? I'm getting ready to roll into the message here in a couple minutes. I just wanted to give everybody a chance to get in so that way they could watch me live. But we're having some fun chatting ahead of time. Rainbow and blue. Yeah, work on that video, Tim. I need to visit your channel because I've not visited your channel. I'll take a look though. But I'm pretty sure you're analytical. Hey, Rebecca J, how you doing? Man, I miss you guys. I feel like I haven't seen y'all forever. But really hasn't been that long, right? It's only been a couple weeks. I try to space these live events out so that way, because that way it gives you guys some time and you're not feeling, I know that you don't feel obligated, but I don't want anybody to feel obligated to come to my live events. And it also gives you time to like reflect on what my last message was, and maybe if you have questions, it gives you time to ask me questions. And you know, I think it works out for everybody. Everybody's busy, so You know, I just, I'm not trying, like I say, I don't, I'm definitely not doing this for money. So I do this because I enjoy helping people. Okay, Debbie, what do you, go to dinner and make sure you get some good dessert. Yep. So, the last message you saw live from me was too long. My message was too long, or it was too long ago, huh? Yeah, my messages usually run about between 11 and 15 minutes. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, the length of the message. Oh, too long ago. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. I think I seen you the other day whenever I was on Liz's channel. Hey Sarah, how you doing? Yes, you caught me live. How are you doing? I'm about to roll into the message. Yeah, Elenita, I've been majority vegan this week. I think I'm moving more towards a paleo diet, not cutting out meats completely, but definitely very limited on that. And I feel my energy has changed a lot this week just from my body trying to get used to this diet. Thanks, Radhika. You're so awesome. I really appreciate all your love and support. So I'm gonna enjoy my sip of coffee, so I can trigger Tim because I know he says he's triggered by coffee. So I'm gonna take another sip. That's cool, Miss Chris Cole, and very cool, Debbie. Cut out cigarettes and beef. Man, I love beef, but even though I have to limit that. The only thing I am missing is my Pop-Tarts. I need to get those special edition blue Smurf Pop-Tarts just for my live events. If you haven't learned, you know, if you come to my live events, they are somewhat serious, but they also funny too. Cause you know what? Laughing is medicine for the soul. Hey Ellie, hey Michelle, how are you guys doing? Cheese. Liz, are you saying cheese like you're smiling? Are you like cheese or you don't like cheese? Oh, I like cheese too. That would be hard. Yeah, Miss Chris Cole, a lot of things I say is pretty funny. I surprise myself sometimes. I'm surprised people actually understand me half the time. Chicken wings, I like chicken wings. I hope you guys are laughing. Hopefully you're laughing. Some of my jokes are not that funny, but I laugh at them anyway. Sockhead. Yeah, man. When you gonna do another live event with Sockhead and a poor schmuck? Miss those two clowns. Cereal. Yeah, I bet you cereal, Tim. Yeah, we all miss you too, Elenita. Chicken wings and cheese. That seems like the meal of the day. And with a little side cereal. Alrighty, guys. So let me move this out of the way so that way I can my message. So we're gonna go ahead and roll into the message. We're at 15 minutes in, so I felt guided this week. I felt like I feel the energy changing, especially for the divine feminines. And whenever I talk about the energy changing, I feel like that a lot of the divine feminines are very frustrated. And I feel like that some of them are sad. Just feel like that, that they've added expectations to this journey, and the journey's not going to the way that their expectations that they attach to it. And so it becomes very frustrating and disappointing. And so my message that I'm getting ready to deliver is done with love and compassion, and no way at all is it meant to trigger anyone. However, you might get triggered because I don't sugarcoat things. The messages that I'm delivering are just that. They're messages that people need to hear. And if you're not ready to heal, if you're not ready to feel it to heal it, then you probably should not watch this live event. And I'm just letting you know ahead of time because I'm doing this out of love and compassion, and in no way, shape, or form am I delivering this message to trigger anyone. So there you go. I've given you this up front, so that way that because I get some comments from distorted people with low vibe energy that and that's all I'm gonna say. And I don't have time for that. All I have time for is you guys. I have time for the people that are ready to heal, ready to move forward, and step into their king or queen energy. So anyway, here we go. Releasing expectations on this journey. From an early age, we establish a pattern of generating expectations for lots of reasons. And I know that, this actually, I used to do this too, but I don't live this way anymore. Growing up, we expect our parents to take care of us. If you play sports, you're expected to win. Society expects you to be a good person with a high expectation of values, morals, and ethics. Not saying that everybody has them, but that is an expectation. So have you ever thought about why there's expectations? What does expectations do for you? How about living without expectations? Have you ever thought about that? Living without expectations is living like a river flows. A river has no expectations. The water just flows freely down the path of least resistance. Every aspect of a river happens the way it should happen. Everything is correct and within divine timing. So I felt guided to deliver a message to the collective so I want you to find a quiet place. I want you to close your eyes. And while in peace and calmness, think about your life. Think about the expectations that are self-induced. Then think about the expectations that are induced by outside entities. Does these expectations serve your purpose and mission? I want you to think about that. I'm going to say no, they don't. And the reason why I know is because I'm human and I've been in the same situation. Expectations equal chains. When you add expectations, it cripples and severely limits you. If man decided to reroute a river, that kills the natural direction and flow, right? If a man decides to add a dam on that river, then all flow is killed and put under control of a person. Basically, the river won't flow unless the levees are opened by a person. This is the same with your life. Often on this twin flame journey, the notebook expectations, that's what I call it, notebook expectations, are placed on the connection. Some think the twin flame connection has phases of development. Some think that the DM or DF are supposed to do different things or act a certain way. It's almost like there's a template, but there's not. Some think the connection is supposed to come to fruition in a specific time frame. I would just like to say that everybody's journey is different. Everybody's story is unique. Your story is your story, and your story is probably not going to line up like the next person's. You know, you might have some similarities, but they're going to be different. I know that some people like to lay out a template of, well, this happens and this happens and this happens, but that's not true. There's no phases, and your story is your story. You are unique. You are a unique person. It's just like a river. No river is the same. A river flows in different directions, and when you compare it to another river, they're all going to look different. Yeah, they have the same purpose, but they look different. Like your journey is different. There's no cookie cutter template. And if it was, how boring would that be, right? So these are all expectations. We expect these things to happen. And when they don't, how do you feel? Hey, Leo. How do you feel? What do you do? Some people probably, and I'm not saying this is everybody, but these are some of the, feelings that some people might have. You might feel jaded, upset, disappointed, frustrated, sad, and the list goes on. You see, your connection really has no expectations. Your divine connection from divine spirit has no expectations. The only expectations that are attached to your divine situation is expectations that are attached from you. Your connection is divinely guided. The expectations which you place upon your connection are an illusion of your imagination and only add chains upon you. It only adds chains upon you because your counterpart has to put in the effort on themselves. And also free will is at play, and they can decide to go a different route as you can too. And so when you put expectations upon your journey, basically those are only expectations for you because you have another counterpart that your expectations doesn't matter. You're not going to dictate which way they go in the connection or what they do. Only they're going to be able to do that. This is why I teach to focus on you, because you are the only thing in your span of control. Expectations on your divine counterpart is a false form of control. It's like trying to control a river, how a river flows. You see, the divine might be directing them in a direction that doesn't match your expectations, because they must learn a specific lesson. All while we are expecting them to come back at a certain time or act a specific way, and that's just not in the divine's plan. That might not be in the divine's plan. They might be at a different point in their journey, and they might have lessons that they need to learn. And so the divine, you know, sets them up in a different direction to learn those lessons. We must try to look at this from a 30,000 foot view instead of sea level. It's a lot easier to see the bigger picture when we have a broad mindset instead of having tunnel vision. The pieces of the puzzle are slowly assembled at the correct pattern, place, and time. This could be different from your expectations, and more than likely it will be different from your expectations. So I want to say this with much love, compassion, sincerity. And I mean that with all love, compassion, and sincerity. Not all twins come into physical union. This could be one possible outcome. That goes against most people's expectations. Or it's something that they don't want to think about or discuss. Well, I do. I want to discuss this because I care about each of you. I feel that I should share to help you understand that serving is more important than swerving. And the expectations is a form of control. As twin flames and light workers, we are supposed to release control to the divine. A tough lesson. It's a very tough lesson, I know. But a lesson that is needed to improve you. When you release control, expectations feel the stress rise from your shoulders. You can feel it go away. You can feel frustration release, anger, resentment. All of those feels will be lifted up. So I'm going to do this right now. Right now, I ask for those that might be in this situation that's ready to give up control. To the divine and Archangel Raphael, to wrap you in his healing and love. And at this time, I need you to say, I release control and I accept infinite healing from Archangel Raphael. So be it. Amen. From today forward, let's practice living life like a river. Peaceful, without resistance. Let life just happen. Let life happen naturally. Because when we don't, we take an energy of distortion. Because when expectations are not filled in the way that we expect them to be filled, you know, it can cause a buildup of negative energy if we're not conscious. It can cause you to feel anger, resentment. You know, it can give you a jaded mindset. It can make you just disappointed. I mean, that's rough. I understand this journey is rough, but we need to make sure that we maintain a mindset of releasing to the divine. So an energy that is not who you are. So when you're in distortion, it's an energy that is not who you really are. And you're not at your peak energy, your peak ability to carry out your light working ability. Each of you are special and have awesome abilities. Each of you do. I know a few of you. I know how awesome you are. I talk to you sometimes on a daily basis. So I know exactly how awesome you are. I understand that you are unique, that you have different tools that maybe you're not even aware of. So don't limit yourself. Instead, break the chains and shine your light until it attracts your tribe. And if you're here, you attracted your tribe. So I want you to know that this message was delivered with peace, love, and happiness. And also that, this is done with compassion and love. So anyway, that's the end of my message. I hope you guys release all expectations and give it up to the divine, and move forward, shining bright, just like the star you are. So now we'll go ahead and move into questions. Okay, so if you have a question, make sure you put a king crown in front of the question, so that way I can get to it a lot quicker, and then I don't miss it, because I sometimes will miss it. So Canada asks, Matt, can someone be a false twin, be a trigger to prepare you for a real twin? Well, Canada, as I mentioned in lots of my videos, hold on a minute. So anyway, as I mentioned before, I don't believe in false twin flames. I feel intuitively, and this is just my own tuition, I'm not telling you that if you do, that you're right or wrong, but I feel that you're either a karmic, or you're a twin, or you're a soulmate. But I do feel like that basically if you're with a karmic, which is what I would associate a false twin as, they can definitely prepare you for your real twin, because what a karmic is supposed to do is to teach you a lesson that you needed to learn. And and one of the reasons is because if you just say that you're at 50 or 60% healing, and you went back to your twin, well, you're not at that 80-90 percentile, and it's going to take you a while to learn that lesson, and you have to learn that lesson with somebody. So if you went back to your twin, you would have to learn it with your twin, right? So that would more than likely destroy a lot of the connection, if not all the connection, depending. I mean, it wouldn't destroy the connection as in like the golden cord that connects you two, but it would put a lot of strain on the relationship. And it's better for you to learn those lessons elsewhere with somebody else than to learn it with your twin. So yeah, definitely, your karmic can actually prepare you for coming into union with your twin. Hey, Ether. Well, I would love to. So Ether asks, is it true that not everyone has a twin? I mean, I don't know that for a fact. I mean, I can tell you what my personal thoughts is, which is, good night, Victoria. I hope you sleep well. So my personal thoughts is that not everybody has a twin, but that doesn't mean it's actually true. I just feel that everybody doesn't have a twin. I don't believe everybody's a twin flame, but I believe everybody's here for a reason. It's up to you to find out what that reason is, and to know whether or not you're a twin or not. Your intuition is definitely the facts. Your intuition equals facts. So I ask you a question, because you asked me a question. So is this in reference to yourself? And if you don't feel comfortable answering that, that's fine. You can just hit me up on on YouTube chat or something like that, or email me or whatever. But I was just curious. But no, I don't believe that. But I mean, I'm not the divine either. So I just feel, that's what I feel. All right, let me see if I got this. Hey, Sarah, your coffee break's over. Well, I'll see you later. Thank you for coming in my chat for a little time. Hey, Laura, your real twin flame. That's cool. Let me see if I can get to this question. Oh, okay. Thanks, Ether, for answering that. I was just curious. All right. Oh, welcome back, Debbie. Hopefully you had a good dinner. There's as Ether says, there's readers who say there's 144,000 twins out there. Huh? How do they put a number on the number of twins that are out there? You know, that's kind of interesting that they're able to put a number to it because, really, twins have been around for eternity since man's been on Earth. I mean, because twins are here for the balance of good and evil. So there's always waves of twins coming in. So when twins pass away, new twins arrive. And, it's a constant revolving door of twins coming in. So I'm interested to know how exactly they put a number on that. I mean, I'm not saying they're right or wrong, but it's very interesting to me. You're welcome, Stella. Thank you for modding my channel. Tim says, what are some possible blocks that can keep us from physical union? There's lots of different blocks. I mean, you could be addicted to drugs. You could be addicted to sex. You could be addicted to lots of different things. Those are all blocks that could be blocking you from physical union. And a lot of the blocks are, of course, things that you're blocking yourself. So, I mean, it could be not working on your personal healing. It could be not working on your personal development. It could be, there's so many things that could be blocks. It could be, there could be, you could have people in your life that are blocking you. That's why it's very good to really sit back and go out in nature, get to a quiet place, and really just think about your life and think about the different aspects of your life and who's in your life and how everything's going, and be able to identify with a clear mind the things in your life that is blocking you. I mean, your intuition is gonna tell you if you listen to what is blocking you. I mean, you can feel it in your gut. But there's so many different blocks. I mean, I can't list them all, but those are just some of the things that blocks. So, okay, so Crystal Clear Tarot card says, do you have any suggestions on how to let go of an outcome, such as being together with your twin as opposed to a soulmate? I'm trying to surrender the outcome, but having a hard time. So I'm trying to make sure that I understand, your question crystal clear. So are you talking about, expectations, or are you not in? You're not in. You're in separation, and I'm not sure what your situation is. Are you wanting to go with a soulmate? Are you trying to release your twin and go in a different direction, or? So I'm going to go in the direction that I think that your question is. So I think what you're asking is, um, okay. So look, it's very important. I can't express this enough. So no matter if you're a twin or not, it's very important to focus your energy on yourself. And what I mean by that I mean, pray to the divine and ask for strength, ask for compassion, ask for love, and ask for guidance. And take back your power from your twin. That means to stop if you're doing things like looking at their social media, or are doing things that are very unhealthy, like going through constant pictures of your twin, that sort of thing. Just put that stuff away, put it to a side, and pull your energy back and focus on you. Get your mind, body, and spirit correct. And what I mean by that is you need to pray, meditate, and exercise, and eat right. And if you focus on those three aspects of your life, then you're probably not going to have very much time to focus on your twin. And besides that, you have to get yourself right, so that way the divine can line you up with the correct person, whether it's a twin or a soulmate. And if you're not right, then you're not, it's going to be a while before you get lined up. I mean, so you're actually in control of your destination, on the amount of work and effort that you put in on your life. And so it needs to start today. You pull back your power, because you're a queen. You're a queen, and so queens, they don't have any reason to beg anybody back. They don't have any reason to chase people. Queens don't chase people. People are like dying to like go out with a queen, right? So you need to have that mindset where you're a queen. You have no reason to chase anybody. You have no reason to just like be begging one person to come back to you. Yeah, you're right, stock kids chase people. You're right. They scare the heck out of them. But anyway, so I think what I want to get to is focusing on yourself. One of the things that I do is I get out in nature. I'm a busy person. I have things going on in my life. I don't have time for this. I'm doing YouTube. I have work. I have kids. I have to focus on myself. I have to exercise. I exercise, 4 to 6 times a week, and sometimes twice a day. And then I have, my diet. I have to make sure that I meal prep, which, sometimes is just like a roller coaster up and down. I need to get on be consistent with that. And then meditating, and then just all these different things that just help you out spiritually, mentally, and physically, to get you in the mind frame and the shape that you need to be on to serve your purpose on this mission. Because you're a very important you're a very important person to this mission. You have a specific mission that you're supposed to be filling, and you need to make sure that you're getting yourself right, so that way the divine can use you as the instrument to do whatever it is that you need to do in this world. So that's what I would say is just you need to pull back your power, focus on yourself, and don't worry about love. Everything else will take care of itself once you take care of yourself. Practice self-love. You're welcome, Crystal Clear. Let me see here. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. You're welcome, Radica. I'm always being sensitive, real and raw, and joking around. Let me see here. We all agree about taking back our power. Let's see here. Yeah, I agree, Christy. Self love and self care is so important, and actually, is probably one of the most important things on this journey. Because when we don't focus on ourselves, well, how are we expected to come into union if you're not putting in any work? So it's kind of like, we're going to go back to the caterpillar effect where, once, if the caterpillars meet up and you know who your twin is, some people meet up, some people don't. But once you go into the cocoon phase is wherever you are supposed to be working on your development, your improvement, and self healing. Well, if you're just sitting in the cocoon and you're not doing anything but chilling out, watching Netflix or whatever it is you like to do, well, you're like holding up the divine timing, because divine timing can't progress you until you work on yourself. Thank you, Stella. You're welcome, Crystal Clear. I'm just trying to help you. Hopefully that explanation was resonated and was able to assist you. M says, I wish my ego would take a hike today. Well, you can make that happen. Stella from Divine Light and Love asks, any words on wisdom for being protective of your energy in this journey? Yeah, actually, people that are closest to me know that that's one of the most difficult things for me. Hey, Madonna, how you doing? Is I try to maintain my vulnerability and love and compassion no matter the situations that I have to go through. And let me just put it this way: I've endured some very difficult situations lately, and it's been very difficult for me to protect myself and maintaining my vulnerability and openness to everyone, being transparent. But yeah, so what I would say is this, Stella. The one thing that's helped me a lot is going out in nature. As I went live the other day when I was out in nature, being out there watching the sun rise, watching the sunset, being around the rivers, being around just anything in nature, being in the quiet, raw aspect of nature. That's one thing that helps. The other thing that helps is, hey, Dee Dee. One other thing that helps is I have my gems. I have my amethyst. I have my smoky quartz. I have my clear quartz, and then I have my rose quartz. And those are good for healing your heart, your chakras. And Jennifer, she knows a lot about Reiki. And I'm sure she can put it in the chat, because I'm still learning that, and Reiki is one of the things that I need to focus on to help my healing abilities. But those gems, and then I have my bracelets right here, my mala beads, and those are very good for protecting me against negative energy. And I have a lot of, the stronger you get, the stronger the energies that you encounter. Let me just put it that way. And one day, maybe I can explain and be more transparent about things, but right now I really can't. So, but what I'll say is that it's very important to take time out, recognize where you are, and the things that are attacking you, and pray. Ask Archangel Michael to come and surround you in his cloak and protect you from all malicious entities, and to take those entities directly to the light. Archangel Raphael, ask him and you'll receive healing from Archangel Raphael. He's a master healer and he loves to assist you. And then the other thing is just meditating. The reason why meditating helps protects you is that it strengthens your mental state, and it helps you with connecting to the angels. And so those are a lot of aspects that can help you with your protection. And yeah, like Jennifer says, Reiki brings light to what we need to heal. That's true. I mean, you know, we need to understand what we need to heal, because if there's any one little opening and you're not aware of it, that's definitely, the dark entities are going to know of that opening. Trust me on that. They're always searching and probing and try to find a way to get you to off your mission and divert you, and so we need to always be putting in the effort on our own personal healing and development, so that way we're in tip-top shape. Mud bass, Radhika says mud bass. I never taken one, but that sounds pretty interesting. You know, and I mean, taking salt baths. Salt baths are awesome. I used to take salt baths, you know, up to a couple times a day. I mean, I would take those so much that, you know, I'd have to like make sure that I had, you know, lotion, because my skin would start getting dry. But yeah, I haven't had a mud bath, so I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it, Radhika. Mud baths work. But basically, anything that you're doing to work on yourself, to include getting massages, because you know, massages, chiropractic work helps align your chakras. If your chakras are unaligned, like if your vertebrae are unaligned, well, your chakra is going to be unaligned. If your shoulders are not lined up, your hips are not lined up, well, your chakras are not going to be lined up. So I mean, doing those, you know, those different things that help heal yourself is going to also help with your protection. So anyway, yep, Christy, you'll be unbalanced. Correct. Because you're not balanced because your chakras ain't aligned. Hey, Emily. Let me see here. I'll make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I agree, Jennifer. Getting clear on your boundaries. You know, setting boundaries is so important. It's important with yourself too. I mean, you know, I'm even talking about boundaries with if you're gonna be on a diet, you know, and when I say diet, I don't mean like losing weight. I mean like eating right, eating healthy, eating fresh vegetables and fruits, and you know, and say you want to limit the amount of meat that you eat, you know, and you want to cut out fast food or you want to cut out sodas. Well, you know, you need to set those boundaries so that way you're not going to the store and get you a soda if that's what your goal is, or you're setting boundaries so you don't go to, you know, that burger shack and get you a nice juicy greasy hamburger, and make sure that you have, you know, your food prepped ahead of time, so that way, you know, that when you get hungry, that you can go in there and get that stuff instead of being drawn, you know, out of your boundaries to go and get that soda or going and getting that cheeseburger. So yeah, that's a very good point, Jennifer. Yeah, Leo, son, yeah, you know, focusing on our self-development is first and foremost. I agree. Because I mean, if you gotta figure, you know, birds of a feather flock together is one saying, and then, you know, your vibes attract your tribes is another saying. So I mean, those kind of go hand in hand. So basically, what the energy that you're in is the kind of people that you're going to attract. And you don't want to be attracting jokers. You want to be attracting, you know, people that are similar to you, other kings and queens and emperors and empresses, right? So I mean, that's why it's very important that we focus on our self-development, and you know, we stay on track, we stay in our energy, because your energy is going to attract the people that are around you. So Emily says, has very limited communication with her twin. He is not willing to see me yet, although he did reach out to me. Um, he will, I know. He's serious and won't run away the next time around. Well, that's a good question, Emily, because, I mean, sometimes, you know, when you're in separation, it's probably because you've triggered something in them, whether it's something to do with their development, something that's self-improvement, or more than likely, and happens a lot, it has to deal with something that they didn't realize that they needed to heal that was brought to the surface. Like I always say, it's like the oil rising to the water. So they might have had something that was deep inside of them that was locked away that they might have not been aware of it, or it was something from the past that they did not want to deal with at all. And so whenever twins come together, that energy is so strong between them and the connection that they have no choice. It's going to slap them right in the face. And that's a very scary, vulnerable moment for them, and they don't like it. And so then they run, ghost and block and do all kinds of other things like that. And the reason why is because they want to be able to see you from a distance. They really want to be around you, but the energy that is experienced during the time that they're around you is very strong, and it hurts them because the things that are brought to the surface, that hurts. It's very painful. And so a lot of times they're not ready to heal at that moment. So, you know, they'll ghost you or block you, and then, you know, they'll sometimes unblock you and peek in and see like, hey, what's this person doing, you know? And then, you know, hey, let's see how it feels if I can see them from a distance and see if that pain's still there. So then they'll reach out to you and they'll talk, but they won't meet up, because it's kind of like the kid, you know, this is an analogy, but it's like the kid who jumps in a bath of hot water. Well, they jump into a hot water and get scalded. Well, what do you think is going to happen the next time they go take a bath? They're going to be sticking their pinky toe in there no matter what to see if that bath's too hot, because they might have got scalded once, but they ain't going to get scalded anymore. So that's kind of like the analogy that goes along with that. And, you know, once he's done his healing, I mean, like seriously, you know, feel it to heal it. Once he's done that and he's at the, like, you know, 80 to 90 percentile, then he's going to come back in his king energy. He's not going to be a joker anymore. I mean, sometimes, you know, there's that push-pull effect where they think that they've healed themselves, and then they come back. And then they find out, man, I didn't heal myself all, you know, correctly or whatever. You know, there's still healing that I need to do. And then they'll run away again. And, you know, that might happen a few times until finally they go into permanent separation, and that doesn't happen anymore because, you know what, they basically become reclusive, and they're just in their cocoon status, and they're just working on themselves. Thanks, Divinely Surrounded. I appreciate your kind words. Christy, you make gemstone bracelets? That's cool. Yeah, I agree, and nature is the best cure. As you guys can see, I'm behind on the chat, so I will get to your message. I'm just trying to go through thoroughly, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Jennifer. She says pulling back layers we have surrounded our wounds with. Yeah, triggers point to the wounds. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is kind of like an onion. It's like peeling back the layers until you get to the core. And, you know, once you get to the core, then you should be at that 89% because you've already peeled back all the layers of hurt, and you felt it. You felt it to heal it. Feel it to heal it. Let's see here. Thanks, Christy. I appreciate it. Chris Cole ate some frosty watermelon from the freezer. Thanks, Tim. I really appreciate you. And you know, I'm doing I'm doing what I'm divinely guided to do, and you know, only thing I want to do is help one person. That was what my initial goal was, you know, when I got on YouTube was just to assist one person. If I assisted one person, then I met my goal. But you know, obviously I have the divine has other plans for me, and you know, I'm just doing what I can, and I love helping people, and I love, um, you know, helping them in whatever way I can. I know so a lot of people think that, you know, I do a lot of videos on twin flames, but I'm also an intuitive life coach, and I've experienced a lot in my life, and you know, I just love helping people, and you know, Archangel Raphael is assigned to me, so there's a lot of healing that's attached to me, and I want to heal people, and that's why, you know, I was talking to Jennifer about Reiki, because she does Reiki. I know there's a lot of other people that do Reiki too, and I'm interested in that, and I eventually want to become a Reiki master. And I know that takes a lot of work and a lot of time and devotion, but that's one thing that I have, one of my initiatives that I have coming up. See you later, Christy. Thank you for joining my live event and being an awesome mod. I really appreciate you showing up. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Thanks for coming to my live event. Let's see here. M says, I've been wanting to reach out to my DM bad the past 2 days. I feel in my gut that he will reach out. I'm confused if me wanting to reach out now is my ego wanting it now. Yeah, I'm sure that's a very, very common feeling, M. What I would recommend is pray to the divine and ask for something for confirmation. And you know the things that resonate with you and what would be confirmation to you. Everybody has something that's unique. So like an example, whenever I want confirmation, hummingbirds. Hummingbirds is confirmation for me. Or the number 3, the number 9, or my favorite number, 45. So those types of things are confirmation to me. And, you know, so I would ask for confirmation, and then I would listen to your intuition. Listen to the little voice inside of you. But, you know, when in doubt, don't do anything at all. That's the best thing to do, you know? Because, I mean, your twin is connected to you. They can feel your feelings. So, I mean, obviously, if you do nothing at all, they're going to reach out eventually if that's in the cards for you, but only you know that. Your intuition tells you that. And so I would recommend doing some prayer and asking for confirmation. And, you know, if you ask for confirmation, there will be, it will give you confirmation one way or another. Thanks, Radhika, for telling me that there is a question. I appreciate that. What the heck? Stop jumping around. Danielle says, hey, Danielle, I didn't say hey to you. She says, what if they're not willing to heal at a spiritual level? Well, the Holy Trinity is mind, body, and soul. So, you know, it's all encompassing. And that does play into the factor of your 89% healing. So if they're not willing to heal spiritually, well, there's probably a reason why. It's probably because something happened and they're not ready to feel it to heal it. And you kind of have to, you can't force them to do that. They have to do it on their own terms at the right time. If not, more than likely they'll be triggered, and it's just gonna probably take a lot longer for them to heal. So it's kind of, you just kind of gotta let them heal in their own time. Have no expectations with that. There's, like I said in my message, no expectations. Unconditional love is without expectations. We just do it. You just love people. You don't need to add expectations onto it. It's just kind of like if you're in separation and you feel guided intuitively to reach out to your twin. Now, I'm not telling you to reach out to your twin, but I'm saying if you feel intuitively to reach out to your twin, you need reach out without expectations. But they have to do their healing on their own terms. Yes, focus on your spiritual journey and twin flames will follow. That's true. And when you focus on your own development, improvement, and healing, that actually helps your twin too, because they're a mirror of you. So whenever you're healing spiritually, they can feel that, and they can feel your energy. Chris Cole, yellow watermelon. Yes, we're getting professional tips on how to pick watermelons. So if you didn't know this, I'm going to read this. So Chris Cole gave a professional tip on how to pick watermelon. To pick the sweetest watermelon, look for brown tan tracks on the outside of the watermelon. That's from bees. More tracks, a sweeter melon. That's pretty cool. I used to always smell the watermelon. That's how I knew whether or not it was, because you can smell it. It smells sweet. But I'm going to tell you right now that I know a lot of people are going to be shocked, but I don't like watermelon. I prefer cantaloupe. Thanks, Danielle. You're just as awesome. You're probably actually more awesome than me, to be honest. Just because I'm on YouTube and just because I'm answering questions, and this is all the stuff that you guys can do too. I mean, you have the same gifts from the divine. I'm not anybody special. I'm just a normal person like everybody else. But I just focus on myself, and I focused on serving instead of swerving. Thanks, Em. I appreciate your kind words. I try to be a very kind person, because that's what that's the kind of person you need to be, the change that you want to see in the world, right? So, I mean, if you want to see kindness expressed to you, then you need to be kind to others. And even whenever somebody does you really wrong, and I know I'm not saying that you should be around that person, but you should send them unconditional love and keep on walking. But you know what? The thing is just because somebody does something to you don't mean you need to do something back to them. And I'm not saying this to anybody in particular. I'm just saying that's just a lesson. Yes, Chris Cole, your twin flame reflects you, which is why it's important to not say negative things about your twin. Like, I know we joke around and call people sock heads and poor schmucks and clowns, but that's just joking around. And at the end of the day, the way that they're going to heal is by showing kindness, compassion, love, and being sincerely caring about, how they're feeling, and because they can feel those things. When you say those negative words are energy. They travel. What you send out in the world is what you're going to get back. So, if you keep saying your twin is, let's say you say your twin's an idiot, you know. Well, you just sent that out into the universe, and I know that sometimes out of frustration we say things. I say things all the time, which I always say that, you know, whenever I'm driving, that's when I'm at my when I when I'm at my lowest, because I have to learn patience for the drivers that are on the road. So I really have to restrain myself. It's very difficult. I feel like Medea when I'm on the road, man. You know, I just want to get from point A to point B, but I have all these people that are texting on their phone or talking on their phone or doing whatever they're doing. But at the end of the day, you know, they're children of God, just like me, just like you, and you know, it is what it is. But we need to send them unconditional love. Spiritual warrior, how you doing? I'm glad you made my live event. She says, I'm going to read this. I never loved a man unconditionally like my children. My twin flame has been texting after months of silence. He may run again, but I know he'll be back. Well, your intuition must be talking to you if you know that. Thanks, Michelle. I'm glad I'm bringing smiles your way. Hopefully you're laughing too. Oh, what the heck? This thing's jumping around. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Spiritual warrior, I feel like my real mission won't be revealed until we're together. I keep praying, but not getting it yet. But it will have something to do with children. How did you find out your mission? Huh, that's an interesting question. So, you know, finding my mission was a very interesting process, and it took a while. It didn't come immediately. Like I've said before, I went through 3 awakenings and 1 dark night of the soul. So after my dark night of the soul, which was last summer, was followed by, you know, an awakening. Then I started getting like things on my YouTube, like videos of stuff I never even searched for that had to do with twin flames. And, you know, I had a few spiritual experiences that happened with me. And I would just say that I was guided to a spiritual advisor that is very personal to me. And we discussed the things that I was dealing with. You know, I had dreams. You know, I was journaling. I had dreams. I was guided to go get a specific journal. I went and got a journal. I wrote down everything that I could remember from my dreams. I had these spiritual experiences. I had the dark night, so I had, you know, an awakening. And I was just, you know, I was just going through this change, this transformation of, you know, of all these different things that was happening to me. And finally I got to the point where, you know, one of the things that popped up with my spiritual advisor is she was like, well, the angels are telling me that that, you know, you should resurrect your YouTube channel, and because you're going to be helping a lot of people. And she was like, well, she's like it's just about helping people. And that's all she told me, was it's about helping people. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, at the time I had, I don't know, 5 subscribers. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, have you checked out my YouTube channel? I'm like, I only got like 5 subscribers. So you're saying it's going to be a big hit. So you mean like 20 subscribers? That's what I thought. And she was like, no, she's like, you're going to have a lot of people are going to be attracted to you because you're going to be healing people. and you know, you'll be guided to perform the messages that you need to deliver to the people. And and so I was like, all right, whatever. So I started back doing my videos in December, and you know, you can go back and look. I have not taken one of my videos off here of my channel, because I like to look back and see how much change that I've went through. And you know, it's really cool to see where I started and where I am now. And so, you know, I just kept on doing my self improvement, my self development, and personal healing, and meditating and praying. And finally, like, you know, my every day, my my different skill sets that was given to me, had just increased and gotten better and better and better and better. And every time I do a video, things get better and better. I mean, you know, and you know, so whenever I do videos, it might only be for one person, but that one person is the one person that needed to hear my message. I mean, it isn't always guaranteed that, you know, everybody's going to resonate with your message. So if you feel like that, you know, your mission is to do something with children, you know, I would start praying about that, and I would start, you know, keep working. I'm not sure how much work you've done, and I'm not saying, you know, so I'm not saying this because I don't think you've done it. But what I'm saying is what worked for me is to journal, especially if you have lots of dreams. All your dreams, you need to journal them down, because the dreams, you know, might not resonate with you right that minute, but they might be for something later on down the road. And you know, and it's good to be able to write those dreams down, because I don't know about you, but me, I can barely remember my dreams when I wake up. So, hi Melissa. And so journaling is very important. You know, clearing your mind, keeping a healthy, clear mind is very important. You know, being able to be in touch with your intuition is very important. And all the things that I've talked about with getting out in nature, you know, being able to sit quietly by yourself and be able to hear your intuition speak to you, you know, whenever you get that feeling, hey Melanie, how you doing? Man, I haven't seen you in a while. I appreciate you coming to my channel. I miss you. But you know, I would just say that being out in nature is critical for me. Being in touch with, I'm a double water sign, so water, like I said, you know, always raises my energy. And so you need to find out those things and just experiment with different things. And the more you go through your journey, the more you'll find out what assists you. And because everybody's different, the things that might work for me might not work for you. And there's no right or wrong way of doing things, you know. But I will say the one thing that we do need to make sure that we focus on is mind, body, and soul. Critical. Having a healthy mind, body, and soul is very critical on this journey. So I believe that you are listening to your intuition, and I believe that there is something that you need to do with your children, or with children in general. I'm not sure what your background is. I don't, but you know, I would say that if that's what you're guided to do, then follow that. You know, follow it. If you start working with your children, you know, I'm sure things will, like, you know, you'll get that nudge. You'll get a confirmation somehow. You'll get a dream, you know. But just do it. You know, go and volunteer helping children somewhere. You know, Boys and Girls Club or whatever it is that you know is in your area. But you know, make sure that you are. Don't hold yourself back. Let me just put it that way. All right. Now that I've rambled on, let me see what I got. Oh, where are you going? What I wish is that what I wish is that YouTube made a question queue. There was a separate queue on the YouTube chat that the moderators could just put questions into. You know, whenever there's a question, then they could pull them over to a question queue. Good night, Ether. Thank you for joining my live event. I really appreciate you, and thanks for helping with moderation. And I hope you have a good night's sleep. Um, and says, yeah, I have children. I have 3 kids, just like your 3 crowns you have on there. See, three's my number. I have a lot of threes. Stella says, can I share about how the angels have impacted you on your mission? Yeah, the angels are essential for where I am today and the people that are guiding me. I, I fully trust and have faith in the angels, that the people that come visit my live events, the people that are drawn to my videos are pulled to me by the angels. And Archangel Gabriel helps me with my messages and the delivery of the messages to make sure that the intent is there. Archangel Raphael makes sure that there's healing in the words that I'm providing to people. Archangel Michael, he always protects me whenever I'm going live or anywhere. He's protecting me at all times. The angels are always around everybody, and you know, all you have to do is you need to ask for their assistance. This is a world of free will. You have to ask for their assistance. That goes along with your own personal angel team. Everybody has their angel team. And my angel team is always watching over me all the time. And they help me in different areas of life. And one of the ways is how I got in my mission. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I was very, I was very skeptical at what I was being told about my mission. I mean, I was very skeptical. I've talked to Melanie from Whole Again 1111. Whenever I first started doing this, she was one of the first ones to reach out and talk to me, and I really appreciate that. And I'll never forget that. And I'm so appreciative for her being so kind to do that. Stella from Divine Light and Love. I talked to her, and Liz from um, oh my God, I just went blank. Uh, Guided by Angels. Sorry, I was just missing it. And then a lot of other people like Dynamic Jennifer and Ether and Radica. All those people, man, y'all impact me, and every single one of you. I mean, just as much as you learn from me, I learn from you, and so the angels, you know, have a huge impact in my life when it comes down to my mission, and they'll have a huge impact in your life. Hey, Jill. Um, and you know that, Stella. Um, See you later, Em. Thanks for joining my live event. I'm really appreciative. Spiritual Word says, I have my first spiritual awakening at age 7 and had psychic dreams since. Dream of my twin flame. There you go. See, I was pretty sure that you knew exactly the way you need to go. Most people that ask me questions, I already have a good idea in the direction. I'm usually just their confirmation. Yeah, it was my honor and pleasure, Melanie, and that's the honest truth. I really appreciate it. And if you guys haven't visited, I just want to recommend. So if you guys haven't visited Whole Again 1111 or Divine Light and Love Oracle or Guided by Angels, they're my recommended channels on my on my channel, and all three of them has impacted my life. So I recommend going to their channels if you haven't. Um, all right, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, hey Tanya. Yeah, I'm still live, Tanya. How are you doing tonight? Is Danielle O still in the chat? I think we had a chat mishap. Hey Melissa, is anyone near St. Louis? Nope, I'm not near St. Louis. I'm humbled too. I'm very humbled all the time. Nope, Tanya, you didn't miss it. I've been on for 85 minutes and yeah, Jill, no problem. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to provide guidance where I can. Oh, that's cool, Jill. I love Texas. I like San Francisco too. It's very beautiful there. All right, see you later, Melanie. I hope you have a good night and much love and light to you. Yeah, we need to connect again in a couple of weeks. I would love to hear from you. So just email, let's email and set something up. All right. So does anybody else have any other questions? I'm about to call it a night myself. I really appreciate and I'm very humbled for everybody visiting my live event and my channel. And, you know, I'm so thrilled to be able to pass out the messages that I have. Sorry, I just catching this. And I just want you to know that, you know, call upon the angels. Listen to your intuition because your intuition equals the facts. And just release all expectations. Release expectations and work on yourself. Pull back your power. Pull back your energy. Stop focusing on everything outside of your span of control and focus on yourself. That's the only thing that you can control. And, you know, you guys are all special. You're more than likely a twin flame. And if you're not a twin flame, you're probably a light worker. Or you might be both. But the point is you all have a special mission in this world. You're here for a reason. And it's up to you to figure that out. And, you know, you go along and, you know, you'll figure it out. Trust me. Whenever it's time for you to know, it's going to slap you right in the face. It's just whether or not you're going to believe that that's what you're supposed to do or not. I mean, and, but anyway, I love you guys. Much love and light. And, you know, I always love, you know, having my date night with the queens because you guys are awesome. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And, you know, I hope you guys all have a good night and a good rest of your weekend. I probably will do a video Sunday at the least. And you know, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment, even the dislikes. The dislikes help with pushing my message out to those that need to see it too. And then if you know, I'm always available by email. KingTrashTribe@gmail.com. And if you're interested in a coaching session, that'll be attached at the bottom of this too through Instago. But like I said, you know, I know that not everybody can afford my coaching sessions, but I still answer emails. It might take me a little while to get to it, but I will eventually get to it. So you guys have an awesome weekend and get out in nature, man. Get out in nature, ground yourself. You know, breathe in that good ass prana, as Ralph Smart would say, and you let me know, man. Let me know how you guys are doing. If you guys are coming in the union, let me know. I mean, I know the energy is very high right now, and you know, there's some good things gonna happen. Think with an abundant mindset. You know, abundance is gonna happen in your life. Trust me on that. When, if bad things are happening in your life, have faith in the divine. Have faith in the divine. The divine will not fail you. The stronger you are, the stronger the lessons that will come at you. Trust me on that. One day I will share my lessons that I've been learning. So anyway, I love you guys. Y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon. And remember, the 3 most important things in life is peace, love, and happiness.